cozy day. Just a cozy day. I just love a day like this. Just house is nice and warm and it's chilly outside. And I'm making myself a hat. I thought, well, I'll just make me a little hat. Unfortunately, unfortunate for me, or fortunate, is the fact that I have a really big head. So all my stuff I have to do a little different than people with smaller heads. You can see how big it's going to be. And that's just to go around this part of my head here. So I start there, and then I'm just going to work to the top. But I'm using different colors and different designs of weave and stitch to see how they work together, just for the fun of it. I'll call it my patchwork hat. That's what it will be. Different colors, you know, and I think sometimes when I crochet, I need to have someone to be doing it for besides myself. And I've given everyone blankets and hats and fingerless gloves. So I continue to make them and crochet things, thinking that someday somebody will come by and say, oh, I need that. Unfortunately for me, I'm here in this chair most of the time, and people don't come by and visit like they used. You know, well, I have to admit I have been out a little more than usual, but the problem is that, like today, I probably won't see anyone today. It's a Saturday, everybody's, and I don't even know if I'll see the postman today. I just don't know. Because sometimes the Saturday postman, whoever it is, puts mail in my box and not in my sister's, which, are mine. Did that make sense? No. Sometimes with the Saturday man, post person, I put that person, will bring the mail and put my mail in a little mailbox I have on my fence, and not at my sister's house, which is rare because most time when it comes in, it goes to her house. So I'm hoping today that I get my mail today, Now I do have a post office box, but I can't find the paperwork or the keys or the number. And I know somewhere all that is all together. I did it like 2 weeks ago, preparing myself for my own little post office box, And I will find them somewhere. They'll just show up. And I said, that's where I put them. Do you do that? You go and you go, I think I'll just put this in a place I cannot find it, which will probably be a place that is very safe, and that's the best place for it. Now you know that's not true. You know that's not true. Sincerely, you try to put it where you need to put it, yes. Oh my. I don't know what kind of light y'all use to crochet with, but I do believe that I need one of those direct lights that's, it comes over and it shines directly here. This is sort of diffused light. Very hard for me to see. Although it may be, I can't see because I probably need new glasses or something. Who knows? What are you barking at, Connor? There's nobody there. No. Daisy May's come over to visit for a few minutes. And when Daisy May comes over, she has to explore the whole house to see if Connor has hid some things that she needs. I made me some soup today, and it was good. I had used some gumbo mix with some chicken broth, and I put a little seasoning in it and some hot sauce. It was tasty with crackers. Tomorrow my daughter comes. I'm really looking forward to her. I haven't spoke to her. I hope she's all doing well. Talked to my son. He didn't feel so good. He said he got some kind of cold when he was in Houston. Of course, could be allergies too. You know, we never know if we have COVID or what we have when we get sick anymore, you know. He said he felt pretty badly until he got some, I guess there's some kind of steroid shots they give you if you're. And so he was feeling better, but he said, I'm not 100%. So it takes a while, even when you're a grown man or a grown woman, to get better. Connor, it's okay. Connor, come here. Come here. It's amazing how these change, the colors change, isn't it? I put a little, instead of doing this whole ribbing this way with the, as you can see, I just sort of added it as a little stretch in the back. Make it fit better for my head. My head is anyway, we won't go about my head. You know, I didn't even realize that my head was so unique until I lost all my hair through chemos. You know, I didn't. I just never thought about shaping my head. It was pitiful. I don't know what it looked like, but it didn't look right as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's really quite amazing how, without hair, how you look. Of course, men, you know, they're used to cutting their hair really short and knowing, and I have been cutting around on mine too, but being bald or no hair at all is really something else. And I liked it, tell you the truth, because I could just go get another wig. Yeah, and I could look any way I wanted to. I could go, my hair would be fixed all the time. I just have to pull on a wig. That was nice because I didn't have to roll my hair, you know, or any kind of color it. Go get your hair cut or anything during that period. That was a long year, but I did get spoiled to the you know, of wearing wigs. And you take them, and if the ones that were, you know, are now are much better than what we had then. So you could look better now without hair than you could with hair if you had a nice wig. Oh. I told you what they did at Crochet, didn't I? When I'd lost my hair and all that, and the chemo was really getting me down. You know, it'd been going on and going on. So I looked a little washed out, to tell you the truth. And, you know, Daniel was talking about one day, he said that, you know, the colors will make you feel better, look better, and you feel better when you look better. No matter how sick you are, it really does make a difference. Some days I didn't think so because I was really sick, but getting back to them and what they did for us is they took us into this studio. And in this studio, there was a woman, and she had all the makeup from Remington? No, Maybelline makeup. Because Maybelline had donated it to the cancer carton. So they gave us our makeup, made up our faces. And tell you the truth, I do believe I look better in a wig and a lot of makeup that they put on me. Oh, yes. But it was. And then some ladies, they had so many wigs that they would put them on like a board, like this, and then put heads on them, those styrofoam heads, or other kind of heads, yeah. And then they'd put each one of their wigs on one of the posts or one of the heads. And so when they came in with their heads, or their husbands brought them in, they'd drop them off at the hairstylist. And so the hairstylist would fix all the wigs at one time. And this one lady, she had a certain style, and that's what she wanted all her wigs to be. So when she'd pick them up, all of them were identical, the hairstyle. So she had enough wigs to last that month. I'm assuming a month. Maybe she did that every week. I really don't know. But it was really wonderful for her. Because she's one of those ladies that, even though she was young, she had no hair here. She said she had some kind of, I don't know what it was, syndrome, that she lost all her hair right in here. She said she started losing her hair when she was like 18 years old. So she's been wearing wigs, ever since. And I was thinking about that, and I thought, what if she had the same hairstyle, all the time? And would people even know her? Since she has the same hairstyle, and what if she put a net hat on and didn't have hair? Would people know her? I had one lady tell me, she says, "You look better than I've ever seen you look." And I was going through chemo. I was sick too. But I had gone out to a picnic with my husband because he liked me going with him because he could say, that was good for business, as he said. So he would drag me along to fish fries and stuff like that. And most of the time, didn't wear a wig or anything like that because he didn't want me to look like I would look better than without the hair and all that kind of stuff. So people felt sorry for him, so he got a lot of jobs and contracts that way. It worked for him. So the last one, it was one of the contractors, and he had pretty well sewed up a contract with this builder of apartments there in Little Rock. And that day that we had the picnic, I had someone, take me there. Well, I had my wig on. And so that's when that one lady says, I said, "You're better looking than I've ever seen you look." He wasn't happy. Tell you the truth, he wasn't happy. Oh, it was funny. I thought it was funny. And the contractor there, he hired a lot of Polish people from Poland, and they didn't speak very good English, but I can't speak any Polish, but they were there because they were the construction crew that was working on this complex that this man had hired. And so they had these cans sitting around that you put your trash in. And I thought, what is that word on the side of that trash can? And they said, that's Polish for trash. So I laughed because I thought it was funny. And the reason I thought it was funny, I didn't know that he hired all these Polish people and that they had everything written in Polish. But the contractors and all the money people were a different group, but they were all together at this picnic. And I had no idea they were Polish. And I really felt bad after I did that. I said, this is so funny. And they said, well, that's Polish for trash. And I said, oh my gosh, that's a Polak joke. I don't know if the Polish folks understood what I said, or maybe they looked at me funny, but I was so embarrassed. I really was. My husband was fit to be tied. Because here I'd worn my wig on top of that, and then I made a fool of myself. So he had me sit out in the car, in the truck, while my friend went home. So I sat out in the truck. It was hot in that truck, too. He was upset. But, you know, I was so sick, I didn't even care. I just laid that chair back in the truck and just went to sleep. I didn't care. Oh. Yeah, we had lots of fish fries, lots of parties, gave lots of dinners for customers. But I tell you what, colors do make a difference. You can see someone that's going through treatments and they look bad. And they feel so bad. You feel so bad through chemo that you don't care if you live or you die. You really don't. I didn't. Mm-mm. And I'd look out at my flowers in the yard, because I was laying in bed. And think, I'll never be out in my flower bed again. It's the end. That's how final I felt. So we deal with things that we have to deal with, girls and guys, and we keep going. And, it is what it is. It's life. But the reason I deviated from all of this was what? I don't even know how I got there. I think it's something about color. The strangest thing happened today. I was checking my Amazon account. You pay once a year, $170, something like that. And you get all deliveries free. And you can set up subscribe things like every 3 months they ship you whatever you want or you set up. So I was looking through there and this screen popped up and it said these are the gift possibilities, I think it was something like that, or suggestions, what to get. So it had a whole list, and it said what to get for grandmother, what to get to Aunt Betty, what to get to the dog, it was just every little click on, and you could just click right on there. So I clicked on what to get to grandma. So I thought, well, if the kids are going to get me anything, maybe it'll be a sign. I'll just see what's out there. Well, I was out there fooling around, and I went to another one. Another one says what to get for mama or what to get for daddy or something like that. And all of a sudden this screen pops up with the yarn. And it's called Good Yarn. I think it was the name of it, Good Yarn. And guess what color it was? That color that I'm always looking for, that I wore the other day that was so brilliantly blue. I think it was about, you can't see that, but it's a dark purple against a blue there. I don't know if you can see. And I was thinking, here they had 4 skeins sitting there of that color. Good yarn. I think it was Good Yarn. So I went out there to explore it. Well, of course, it took me to the Good Yarn site, and I was lost forever because I hadn't been out to their site. And all the sites are a little bit different. They're not all the same. And I was thinking, yes, that's about right. When I don't have anybody to buy any, there's the color. But it really was pretty. But, I don't know what good yarn is. I don't know. But that was the name of it when it popped up. And I said, do you think our phones know what we say? One day, I was, talking on the phone about something, and I had the TV on, but I had muted it. And I was continuing. We were talking about things, and we were discussing those little portable fireplaces that look like a little fire. Remember the one that I had last year? Had it here. And it's a little black stove with, looks like a little fire in it. So anyway, we were talking about that and different sizes, and you get them really small. But of course you can just watch them on your TV. The flames and everything. Well, after my conversation with Susie, I went back and I decided that I would get back to where I was on YouTube to watch the YouTube channel I was watching. Well, guess what came up as an ad on that YouTube channel? Those fireplaces. And I was thinking, how did that YouTube channel do commercials on what I was talking about? Then I got on my phone and I thought, well, I'll just look through there. And I punched into Amazon because I've just been on Amazon, right? So I was flipping through Amazon, and then all of a sudden they had all these fireplaces all listed in the pictures and everything, deals of the day. Now, is that like they know every computer, everything knows what you say, or was this just coincidence? I had a friend of mine who used to tell me, said, the TV can see you. Somebody's watching you all the time. I said, why? Why would somebody watch? And then I started thinking about, well, maybe they do watch. I hope they get a kick out of it, especially when I run from the bathroom with the towel into the bedroom. Well, I don't run. I stagger. I said, make some great YouTube shorts, I'm sure. Oh, but I guess, yeah, everybody knows everything that's going on. I guess so. But this is going to be an unusual looking hat, but by the time I get through it, it'll be mine. I made 2 others for for my niece and my grandniece and for my sister. So I guess when I finish this one, there'll be 3 hats in the world that look like this. Although people might be using this color to make hats and scarves and fingerless gloves. I've got a whole skein of it, so we'll just see what happens with it. I think that's what I'll do. We'll just continue on. Continue on because today is Saturday. Tomorrow my daughter will be bringing groceries. And I wish she'd bring some ice cream. That would really be good. I guess if I ask her, she might. I have to see, but I think ice cream would be good. And making for Thanksgiving, I asked her if she would bring me some cranberries and oranges, you know, where you blend them together, put sugar in them. It's a great side dish for me. That's one of my favorites. And my sister loves it too. So, but I don't think anyone there for Thanksgiving is going to eat it. So there'll be enough for me and my sis to really enjoy as much as we want. No. Have you ever seen cranberries grow? Anybody? I'm going to have to go on YouTube and find out who grows cranberries, because I've never seen them growing. And I don't know, there was a commercial one time on cranberries, and they were floating in some water or something. People were walking around with boots on it, the armpits, and they weren't duck hunting or fishing or anything. It was something about these cranberries. So I'm going to have to check that out. Just for curiosity's sake. Because I do know that we don't have them here. Hey, this is Daisy May. Yeah, this is Daisy May here. This is my sister's doggie. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Very, very loving. Looks just like Connor, except Connor's a male dog and much more masculine looking in the face and all. But she's a very tiny thing. And Marcia rescued her from the dog place, you know, pound. And the reason they let her go to the pound, the owners, because she had heartworms. And they said she would die. And she was small then. So Marcia decided that she would just take her. I think she spent thousands on this puppy. But she's a good little puppy. And my sister has enjoyed the company. Yes. There you go. And so I think she's going to sit in my lap for a while. Are you going to sit in my lap for a while? Yeah, we're talking about cranberries. But what I do is I take a bag of cranberries and wash them real good. And then put them in my grinder thing, or whatever you call it. You use a blender usually, and you put your cranberries in there whole, and then you grind them up, and then you put orange in it and grind that up, and then you add sugar to it. And they're very, very bitter, so it takes quite a bit of sugar. But when you put the sugar in and you put them together in that blender, once it starts blending, oh, it's magnificent. Now, it's not, what is it, parade or anything. Parade, anyway. Pureed, something like that. But it's like a salsa. You know, like the chow chow. You know how chow chow is? Well, it's similar to that. And it's very, very tart and tasty. So I do believe if my daughter can find it, I'm sure she'll get it for me. I don't know what's going on at this grocery store. I hadn't been to a grocery store in a year, I guess. 4 years. I know. Because my daughter does the grocery shopping, and then I get Meals on Wheels, so. But this time at the dollar store when I went with my sister, you know, I told you, I I got some pita bread and some rotel and this Velveeta cheese that was in a little plastic thing instead of a cake, you know, with long package or anything like that. It was in individual packets. One thing about the Dollar Tree, the new one, is most of the food things are for single people. So they're single people sizes, which really is a good idea. But I don't know cost wise, you know, if it's $1.25 at our dollar store, if it's cost us more per ounce. You know what I'm saying? Because if our little the little cans are smaller, we're paying probably more than we would if we bought a big can at the grocery store. But the convenience of the size is good. I mean, really good, because then you don't have any leftovers if you mess up on a recipe or anything. One thing, I'll eat leftovers, but I don't like my refrigerator full of leftovers. I do want some fresh food, you know. But I gotta have my orange juice. I really like my orange juice. Well, I'm rattling because I can. Isn't that right, Daisy May? Yeah, I think this is gonna be, let's see. Put this here like this. Yeah. And put my bangs out like that. And then I'll just continue on to the back here. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah. What do you think, Daisy? What do you think? You think it's okay? You do. Well, I think I better go. Because I'll be talking all afternoon. And I've got to take my naps. Remember, God has you in the palm of His hand. Pray for Mother Earth, the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees, and for each other. Because we're all on this big, beautiful world together. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.